Hello everyone, I am Yamur, and as Group 14, our project is called the Petition Center, and we developed this project for computer education and instruction will teach 133 course. So to begin with, main idea of our project is to create a platform where people can start and support campaigns. When users want to create a campaign, they need to set a goal, a specific number of signatures. For example, I click start a petition, and from here, as you can see, you have to give title, description, and target signatures for your petition. Let's get back to the home section. Others can view and support these petitions that once created. For example, you have to click active campaigns here, and you will see the active campaigns here. And other than that, once that target is reached, the petition automatically moves from the active section to the past campaign section. Let's test this. Let's view this campaign. It's an active campaign. It's labeled as an active campaign, as you can see here. I will sign this petition. And I will now go to past campaign section. And as you can see, our petition has been moved to here. The goal of this project was not only to create something functional, but also meaningful, because we believe petitions are a strong way to create a public awareness. Our project focuses on making this process easy, clean, and accessible to everyone. And now Barkın will explain you to website design, user experience, and structure of the website.
Thank you, Taha. My name is Barkın, and now I will talk about the website design, structure, and user experience. For the front-end design, we used only HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. No frameworks like React. The interface includes several case sections, as you can see. A homepage that briefly explains what the site does. As you can see, you can create a petition and browse petition. In this part, it basically explains how the site works. You can create and share petition, sign in, and you can reach succeed. A petition creation page where users can submit a new campaign with a title, description, and signature goal. Let's create a new one. In this part, you can add image, but it's optional. In active campaigns page, showing petitions that are still gathering signatures. You can view active petitions and you can sign them. And if you want, you can share them. Also, you can see recent signatures and another petitions you may like. In active campaigns page, also you can search petition by their names and sort them by newest, oldest, most signatures, and least signatures. In past campaigns section that displays campaigns which reach their goal. You cannot sign them because they are already reached their goal. And finally, in the help page, it supports to new users and answer common questions, as you see. If you can't find the answer you want, you can contact with us in this section. Also, we paid special attention to mobile responsiveness and user-friendly navigation. The layout is simple but clean, so anyone can understand how to use platform without needing a tutorial. Let me see an example. This is the end of my part. Thanks to listening to me. Now I will pass it on to Seçkin. He will explain technical implementation.
Thank you, Barkın. Now I will explain the technical implementation part. So on technical side, we use Supabase as our backend. By the way, if in case you didn't know what Supabase is, Supabase is actually a backend provider for web applications. It handles authentication and real-time database features. So when a user creates a petition, the data is sent to Supabase and stored in the database. So I would like to show you on our Supabase dashboard. So as you can see here, authentication. These are some of the actually only 2 users on our project on our website, which who are signed into our website and verified their emails. And on the table editor, as you can see, we have three tables, which are the campaigns, contact messages, and signatures. On the campaigns, you can see all the current and past campaigns. On contact messages, you can see contact messages, but we don't have contact messages yet because we didn't receive any. So on the signatures, you can see all the signatures people gave to all the projects, past or current. And also on the client side, we use JavaScript. We use JavaScript to fetch and display campaigns dynamically from the Supabase database, and to keep track of how many signatures a petition has, and automatically check if a petition has reached its goal, and if so, move it to the past campaigns list. So I'd like to show you one of the examples of JavaScript we use on our project. You can see here the fetch featured campaigns, which is a fetch method for in order to receive data from our Supabase database. Here is, you can see we are on the home.js file. On this home.js file, we use this fetch featured campaigns method in order to fetch the methods to display on the home page. We used fetch method in many files on our project. We have all the .js files in this .js in this JS directory, and we have many .js files. You can see many examples of fetch methods on these .js files. So I would like to mention one of the challenges on this project while we are working on this project. So one challenge was working with Supabase without any backend framework actually. So we had to write all the database interactions manually using JavaScript's fetch API, like I showed you, including handling errors and updating the UI accordingly. So if we used actually a JavaScript framework, since we used JavaScript as you can see here, we might use one of JavaScript's backend frameworks like Node.js or Next.js, but actually using a backend provider like Supabase or Firebase, which is Google's backend provider, which is not open source, contrary to Supabase, which is open source and reliable, you can say, maybe. If we use a backend framework, it would actually make our project more structured and more secure in terms of authentication. But actually using a backend service provider makes building the project more easier. So that's why we used Supabase as a backend for our project. So thank you. This was the technical implementation part. Now I would like to leave stage to Olcan for him to explain his part. Thank you.
This project was a collaborative effort, and each team member focused on different responsibilities such as the UI design, JavaScript, luggage, and backend integration and deployment. One of the biggest challenge we faced was working with vanilla JavaScript, meaning without the help of frameworks like React. This meant we had to manually handle things like DOM updates and state changes, especially when loading or moving petitions between active and past lists. We also had to write all the logic for connecting Supabase, handling asynchronous requests, and updating the UI in real time. That gave us valuable experience in working directly with APIs and databases. Once the site was complete, we deployed it on Vercel, which allowed us to make the project live and publicly accessible. On the website, users can create their own petitions, view active petitions and support them, explore past petitions that reach their signature goals, Use the help section if they need guidance. And in the future, we'd like to expand this project by adding user accounts, a login system, and even a comment section for each petition. Overall, this was a great learning experience for us. We not only built a working applications, but we also published a real product on the web, something that we are proud of.